Hello there. My name is Ben Kench, and I'm committed and passionate about helping you grow your business and achieve the success you want in your life. Today, we're going to be able to look together at something else that when you've applied it to your business, it could have huge power and help you on your journey. So grab a pad and a pen and let's get to it. Not everybody likes this type of marketing, but the first thing I'd like to share with you is telemarketing. The use of the telephone to generate lots of incoming inquiries, or rather just generation of inquiries. Now think about this for a moment. Do you like telemarketing? Well, if your initial reaction is, no, I don't like that, quite probably that is because you and we've been on the receiving end of something which just didn't feel very pleasant. We've been sitting perhaps at home at night and we've had an intrusive phone call and they've been bombarding us before we've even had time to breathe, and it's just put us off the whole thing. But if we pull that apart and we analyse it, what is it that we don't like? Well, there's a number of things. We don't like perhaps the intrusive, evasive, invasion type phone call when we're not inviting it. We feel that that's our space, they shouldn't be invading it. And at least ask permission, don't just download on me. When we listen to those calls that you and I get, we don't like scripts either, do we? You know the sort, when you pick the phone up and they're, hello, how are you? And they're straight into a script without pausing for breath, and you're just looking at the phone. We don't like that. What else don't we like? We don't like it when their information's incorrect. For example, you're sitting at home and you've got a beautiful conservatory or a nice landscape garden, and you get a phone call from somebody trying to sell you a conservatory or landscaping. And you think, I've already got it. Why waste my time? So there are a number of key elements that we don't like about telephone marketing. But it can be very effective. And so what I'd like you to consider, perhaps not necessarily as number one, but number one on our list today, telemarketing, the use of the telephone to give you a generation of inquiries. And the reason I suggest it is because still it is far more effective for you or someone under your hire to be on a telephone, and in an hour or an afternoon or a day, they can contact far more people than if you were to just go out, perhaps walking or in your car and driving around your neighbourhood talking to potential clients. And so from a pure logistics, from a pure numbers, from a pure efficiency working of the investment, then the truth is telemarketing works. Do you want a script? Well, I would say to you, yes, have a format, have a structure. But it's very important to note that whilst I suggest a structure so that almost every person is saying about the same things, I don't want you to be encouraging the tide to a verbatim script. That's not the way. Let's have a natural flow, and let's have a flow that sort of allows for a change of words sometimes. You'll still get the meaning, your clients will still get the meaning. There are lots of different ways to say, would you like to invest in some software that makes your business better? But let's have some fluidity. Let's have some conversation in it. Another point, when it comes to telemarketing, what I think is very important when I'm receiving is if someone rings up and says, hey, excuse me, before I start, is it convenient? I just would like to ask you a couple of questions, but if it's not convenient, I'll call back another time. Well, I respect that. I'm glad of that. I might say, call back another time, and then they say, well, when would be better for you, and we arrange a time. Or I might say, no, carry on as long as you're quick. But at least it's been considerate of me. It's not just been straight at me like I don't care who you are. And that's what puts a lot of people off. When you telephone in, they just bombard you, and it's just totally selfish. You care about you, not about me. Well, if I'm the recipient, your potential inquiry, I don't like that. So turn it around. So when you're doing telemarketing, don't knock it, don't poo-poo it, don't say I don't like telephone marketing. Yes, it could be a challenge getting somebody to do it correctly. Yes, you may have to put some time investment into training so that you get the right person in the right style, and you may have to do some background work, definitely, so that you're ringing somebody that's the right target, the landscape or conservatory type scenario. Make sure your data is correct. But if you do some basics, telemarketing is a very, very efficient way. And if you're considering outsourcing that rather than hiring yourself a team of telemarketers or a telemarketing person, if you're outsourcing it, I know there's a lot of companies that will say they can do it professionally. And there's a lot of companies that will charge you several $100 or pounds or whatever a day. And they'll promise you that they're going to do the earth. But my suggestion, if they're any good, they should be able to do it on a results-based performance. And honestly, if they're not prepared to do it, if they only want to charge you a day rate, then I genuinely say to you that they aren't as sure as the results. Do you want to work with someone who's not sure of results? That's a big gamble. Now, okay, you've got to get the data, who you're ringing right, and you've got to have the wording of the offer or the hook correct. But if you're confident you've got those, and if you're confident there's a market for your product, then try and do a back-end appointment or sale-based deal. But don't dismiss the use of the telephone, because as pure numbers, it's one of the most effective ways you can use in today's marketplace. Telemarketing then, make it a, how can I do this better? Set yourself a challenge that says, I'm going to look into that, I'm going to test it, I'm going to measure it, I'm going to have a measured program first before I expand it, but I'm going to do it. Okay then. So thank you. Essentially, this stuff works. And my mission, as I said to you when we started, is that this can be applied to your business. You see, one thing I know, and I'm sure you do as well, business success isn't about what you know. It's about what you do with what you know. And this can work, but it must be applied. So take some time out now, work through your notes, and step by step, put all of these thoughts into your business. And if you need some more help, or you want to talk to any of the team, then access the websites and keep in touch. I'll see you at the top.